Hi, this is Daniel from 1% Property, and today I'm here with Amanda from the Farmhouse in Kedron. Obviously everyone will be super familiar with this restaurant. It's one of the big, the better known restaurants in the area, and for good reason. So Amanda, obviously your restaurant focuses on good food and good coffee, and local produce, but where did you get the idea? What gave you the inspiration to start the Farmhouse?
Usually a site tells you what it wants to be, and the history of this site as Farmer Joe's and a much loved local business owned by a family told us that that's what it should be again, a much loved family owned business with emphasis on produce, and that seems to be where the market's going anyway, wanting to know where things come from.
Yes. Is
it local, what's in it, who's making it. So that was the inspiration.
Okay, and how did you actually find who introduced you to the site?
The Carbones, who are local property gentlemen, invited us to have a look at the site and asked if we knew anybody who'd be interested.
Okay.
And I said, I've been looking for something like this for 4 years. So it was great.
Okay, perfect. And obviously you guys have been in hospitality for quite a while in Brisbane, in the city, and then obviously in the suburbs. What attracted you to the Kedron area?
Firstly, the site. Really liked it. I loved that there were schools at the end of the street.
Yep.
Our Ashgrove business, we have a lot of schools nearby.
Yep.
And teachers, parents, teenagers are always great customers. I think also Kedron as an area, it's very community oriented. Great walking area on the way to the north coast, not far from the city. It had a lot going for it.
Yep. You mentioned this last time we chatted, but do you get a lot of business from the schools, or it's mainly the families?
I'd say teachers and parents.
Yeah, okay.
The students, maybe year 11 and 12, they start coming in. We do quite a few breakfasts, birthday breakfasts, family breakfasts, but the students themselves coming alone, it doesn't usually happen until year 11 and 12.
Okay. And obviously we're in a pretty strange time. With everything that's going on with COVID, how's it affected business? How are you adapting? And what are the plans now that we're starting to reopen?
We have never felt more fortunate to be in Kedron than we have during this crisis, because the community has been so supportive of us. Basically, they've come and said, what do you need? And we'd say, we need to stay open, we need to keep these people in jobs. What do you need? And they'd say, we need milk, we need flour, we need eggs. Then we started getting produce, the quality of produce that restaurants get delivered in boxes here, and people could pre-order it, which we will continue to do every Friday. So that's what's kept us going. As from this weekend, we can seat 10 guests at a time. It's really easier not to do it, because seating 10 people is too expensive from a business model point of view, but we will be doing it because we're already here, we're doing takeaway, and so many of our regulars are dying to sit down again. So it's going to be a little bit more tap dancing on thin ice, one of my favorite phrases for this time, but it's a window into the future, and that's moving forward, which is the direction we all want to go. Yeah,
I guess it does add to the food experience if you can actually sit, especially somewhere so beautiful like this.
Yes, watching people get these beautiful meals in cardboard boxes to eat off bamboo sticks. All credit to everybody for still supporting us. We dropped our prices for that because we thought people should not have to pay the same amount to eat out of a cardboard box, but that's been tricky too, because your other costs stay the same.
Yeah, of course. And I did read a Facebook post of yours about the measures you're taking in regards to the changes. Can you explain that a little bit as to what's going to happen with people?
Sure. So you will have to book. We're going to be asking people to just have an hour and a half at their table, so that the most number of people can sit here. We have 2 venues here, so our other venue next door is going to become a cafe for breakfast for this period of time as well. So that we can have 10 people in this venue and 10 people at the gelateria, because we're not sure how we turn people away constantly.
There's normally a queue out here even when it was fully open.
And we don't want the queue to become the problem. We don't want the queue to become the problem, because when we've all come this far, we don't want to have come this far, to only come this far. So keeping there from being a queue developing is part of the challenge.
No, for sure. Now, you've told me this before, but if you could tell our viewers, what's your favourite item on the menu?
Definitely the breakfast gnocchi. When we were thinking about our menu to open this, one of the things that the chef and I discussed was that my children's favourite meal, as when they were children, was pasta for breakfast. So we did a compromise. I'm not doing pasta, but we'll do a gnocchi. So we put this beautiful hand-cut bacon in it, fresh gnocchi, poached egg on top. It's the second most popular dish, but it's my favourite dish.
And the most popular dish?
The potato cake, the crispy, cheesy potato cake.
Which is also very good. I've had
those 407 in a week is usually what we do.
Okay.
Between 393 and 407.
That's a lot of potato cake.
They're each handmade. So Sunday night everybody has a bit of a sob, and Monday they come back in and they start again.
Fantastic. And last thing, just about the area, what's your favourite thing about living in the inner north area of Brisbane?
Inner north, there's so much. I think accessibility to everything is one of my favourite things. If you want to jet up the coast, it's not that hard to get there. Access to the city, the walking paths, the miles of walking that you can do with dog, with bike, and the community. I grew up in small towns for some of my life, and sometimes the good aspects of a small town I feel are here in the inner north, but then access to a city. So that's,
yeah, for sure. It's a unique area. I don't think there's a lot of places like this probably in the world.
Having lived in a few different countries, I would say this is pretty special.
Okay, thank you so much. That's all the questions. Guys, so reopening here on Saturday?
For seating.
For seating, okay. Already open for takeaway, of course. So 9 Somerset Road, obviously if you don't know it, you really need to get down here and check it out. Thank you so much, Amanda, for taking the time to talk to me, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.